Happy Thanksgiving from me, Kristi Leigh, and all of us here at American Faith. We're so grateful for our growth and our loyal readers and viewers. A lighter side for today's top headlines, a little history lesson and inspiration, what to do if your Thanksgiving meal is turning upside down, and a confirmation of what we already knew about our freedom of speech. The roots and just how long we've been celebrating Thanksgiving is actually highly debated. What we do know is George Washington led the charge to make this Day of Thanks a truly national event. In 1789, he issued his Thanksgiving Proclamation, designating for the people of the United States a day of public Thanksgiving to be held on Thursday, the 26th day of November, 1789, according to mountvernon.org. Our modern Thanksgiving was proclaimed for all states in 1863 by Abraham Lincoln, influenced by Sarah Josepha Hale, who wrote letters to politicians for approximately 40 years advocating for the official holiday. And it was Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1939 who changed the holiday to the next to last Thursday in November to boost the economy. Let us all take a lead from John F. Kennedy, who had this to say in 1963. Over 3 centuries ago, our forefathers in Virginia and in Massachusetts, far from home in a lonely wilderness, set aside a time of Thanksgiving. On the appointed day, they gave reverent thanks for their safety, for the health of their children, for the fertility of their fields, for the love which bound them together, and for the faith which united them with their God. Inspired by my pastor's most recent sermon, let us move from entitlement to gratitude. Let's face it, in a society that caters to instant gratification, fast food, super high-speed internet, and a direct line to friends, family, and information, it's easy to fall into an entitlement trap. But entitlement is a disease that consumes gratitude until there is no joy left in anything. So how do we fight entitlement? Through humble gratitude. And Jesus set the perfect example. Philippians 2:5-7. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant and coming in the likeness of men. Living a life of service and sacrifice keeps us humble and grateful. One thing we can all be grateful for is the freedom to talk about what we're grateful for. Our nation's founders valued freedom of speech. Twitter's new CEO, Elon Musk, now confirms the war on free speech through big tech. So as banned conservatives are getting their voices back, being let back on the platform, why aren't leftists? Here's what Dinesh D'Souza had to say. We don't hear much about Democrats and leftists being let back on Twitter. Why? Because they were never kicked off in the first place. Their lies and misinformation simply escaped all scrutiny. Censorship has been deployed as a one-way operation against conservatives. To which Musk replied, correct. Now, if you have a Thanksgiving meal meltdown, CBN News wants to remind you there's a hotline for that. Since 1981, the Butterball Turkey Talk Line has been solving cooking conundrums for families across the U.S. What began with a small team of 6 rescue operators has grown to over 50 trained experts that can be reached at 1-800-BUTTERBALL. You can also text or use Amazon's Alexa. So to wrap up, reflect on the rich and biblical history of Thanksgiving today. Fight entitlement with gratitude. Call 1-800-BUTTERBALL if you need meal help. Be grateful for the free speech we still have to share, discuss, debate, and most importantly, share the gospel of Jesus Christ. And as always, to learn more, be sure to go to AmericanFaith.com and subscribe to our daily newsletter. For American Faith, news you can trust, I'm Kristi Leigh. Happy Thanksgiving.